Okay. I'm a little late to this. Okay. We're watching Dying Light 2. Sorry, I was in a killer game of Dead by Daylight while I was waiting for this thing, and
Hello guys.
yeah, okay.
Nice
Dying to Know
you.
episode 1.
I'm Leah,
Ooh, this is a
this is Dying
little
to Know.
thingy.
If you're dying to know what's going on in the world of Dying Light 2, then you're in the right place. Here we'll be showing you all the news, the latest from the Dying Light world.
What's up, guys? This is AJ,
We'll be talking to
Metaverse of Gaming.
and
I'm
probably
here
most
by
importantly,
myself.
We're going to be showing you a brand new
Doing a reaction thing. I'm kind of
trailer
used to this
where you can
thing.
see the current
'Cause
state
I've done like
of the Dying
3
Light
Resident
2
Evil
game.
reactions on my
But
stream,
first,
so
there's someone here I need to introduce
since
you
I'm
to.
here, just
That's
me,
Aiden
yo,
Caldwell.
let me do myself a little plug.
Pilgrim,
Oh my god.
an outcast,
Come check me out, Resident of R
roaming
on
like a
Twitch TV.
Japanese Ronin,
Resident of
an
Raccoon.
Old West desperado. My past is dark, but my future has a tiny, dying light at the end of this tunnel. Hello, guys. My name is Jonas Scott, and I voice Aiden Caldwell
He did a
in
little
Dying
too
Light
much
2.
there for me.
But before that, I'm going to host this program with Leia, if you don't mind.
My pleasure. Well, I'm ready.
It looks familiar.
Jonah's definitely ready, and I hope you're ready.
So if you're dying to know, just like us, then stick with us.
So, man,
The
Dying Light 2
story
has
told
been
Dying
in
Light 2
development for
occurs 20
years.
after the events of the first game. And if you're wondering what happened in those intervening 20 years, well, there's no better person to ask than the Dying Light 2 world director, Thomas Gabau, with who I'll be talking in just a moment.
And after that, I'll be speaking with Piet Jemenic, the narrative director of the game, about the characters that appear in Dying Light 2.
Welcome to the show, Thomas. So the first question I have for you today is, do I need to have played Dying Light 1 to sort of understand what's happening in Dying Light 2?
No, actually, you don't. Like you mentioned before, our game takes place some 20 years later.
God, 20 years, just so long. I thought we were continuing the story of the main character from the first game.
Dying Light 2 takes us to the world beyond the apocalypse.
Intriguing. All right, tell me more, please.
Well, you remember the events of Heron in 2014. Well, after that, world leaders
2014.
had a tough choice to make. They had to
7 years.
isolate the city of Heron.
Right.
For that, they created an exclusion zone. Like in Chernobyl, only a lot more people were left to die inside the walls.
Yeah, right. So they just isolated the entire city. And did it help? Did it stop the virus?
Yeah, for a while it worked. Enough for everyone to forget about it, at least. Only in secret, a handful of scientists continued to study the virus. You know, manipulating its DNA, creating new strains. They were looking for commercial military applications. So, you know, they're doing it for the money, really.
Yeah, of course. So what happened next?
Well, next, the shit hit the fan. By Christmas 2021, one of these mutated strains escaped from a level 4 laboratory located near Geneva. We don't really know if this was accidental or not, but this time the virus was much faster than any government. Before the world could react, civilization was on the brink of collapse. People were dying in the streets.
They're showing Dying Light 1 gameplay,
By the end of
which is nice.
2023, 98% of the population had been lost to the virus.
At least they're not forgetting
There
the
was
first
a
game.
few
Yeah.
settlements remaining, but only one city was still standing. The last bastion of mankind.
Unlike another
our
zombie game,
city,
Dead
Villador,
Island.
aka
We
the
haven't
city.
heard
Right,
anything.
So Villador is what we have left. So that's everything that's happened outside of the city. What actually happens inside Villador?
Well, the city has unique.
Dying Light
skills.
1 felt like
First of all, it's
better
surrounded
Dead
by,
Island.
seemingly
Like 10
impassable
times
walls.
better Dead Island.
Inside
I
the walls,
loved
the
Dying Light
people
1. I thought it was a
decided to
really,
use
really
a
fun
radical new
game.
weapon,
When it first came out, I didn't buy it because I was like, oh, this is just Dead
The
Island.
first stages of the pandemic.
It's not gonna be
Also
good. And
created
I watched someone play
terrifying
it and I
new
was like,
monster archetypes.
maybe this
15 years on,
is
a new equilibrium.
better than I
sort of
thought it
emerged in the
was.
city.
I had a lot of fun with
Daylight,
it.
human factions fight to control the city, and at night, the streets become the realm of these bloodthirsty, infected monsters.
Doing the
Great.
parkour
Well,
and stuff, I think it's
that
like
is
Mirror's Edge
extremely interesting.
with
Thank
Dead
you very
Island.
much, Thomas. And we'll be hearing
Not as
more
glitchy
about the
and
vibrant
ugly
and
as Dead
fantastic
Island.
city soon, I hope. But first, I think we need to hear a little bit more about the characters.
Our second guest is a man of two industries, cinema and gaming. In a previous life, he wrote the hit HBO series Wataha?
Wataha, yeah.
Wataha. And then he moved on to Techland to become a narrative director. Piotr Jemenic.
Hi, guys. Thank you.
So we have plenty of time to talk about the rest of the characters in Dying Light 2. There are tons of them. But today, I think we want to focus on Aiden Caldwell, the protagonist. You want to talk more about him? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Is he gonna do parkour too?
Aiden he's the member of
Look at
Outcasts,
him.
you know, the group of people traveling through this dangerous world of Dying Light 2, called pilgrims, because he's looking for his relative, the person whom he lost many, many years ago, and that person is his only memory from the past, and the only answer to whom Aiden really is.
Aiden is a really rich, deep character, very much cooler than I am.
Oh, no, come on.
I mean, he can run across buildings, jump from rooftop to rooftop, use all kinds of weapons.
My God,
Yeah,
that's
well,
impossible.
he didn't
I'm
have
sorry,
much
there's no
choice.
way you
This
can jump
world
that
is
far.
full of
I don't know.
infected,
Maybe I'm
bloodthirsty
just not
creatures,
athletic.
So he didn't have much choice, right?
We've seen
The
this
weak
game
die,
before
the
already.
strong survive, and Aiden, he just has to be strong. But why did he come like that? Why him? That's the main question of the game, and the player will have opportunity also to decide how Aiden will evolve. Will he help the weak? Will it distract him from his main goal? Or maybe he will just strive to the end of his search as soon as possible.
I can't imagine trying to survive or live in a city like that as a lone wolf by yourself without any kind of support.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not gonna be alone, you know. He will meet many people. But again, depending on the player choices. Some
I
of
mean,
them
these games
will
like this
become
always
his
have,
allies,
like,
but some of them
massive
will
amounts
become
of characters.
his enemies. One of the group he will encounter are the Night Runners, the former special force officers who were sick of the army's cynicism and lack of concern
They're the baddies,
for
the villains
common
of the
people.
game.
But they were brave enough to help the people during the night. And the night, as you know, is pretty horrifying in the game.
Yeah, so Aiden joins them,
Show us
joins the
some
Night Runners.
zombies.
Oh, that's the question, my friend. The player will have to answer too. I won't spoil the pleasure of discovering Aiden's actions and true motivations, but what I can share with you is the fact that we really put big effort to make this character and many others complex and multidimensional.
It feels
But
like they don't have
there
much
is
to
so
show.
much more to be discovered during the
It's
game.
a little
Fascinating.
disappointing.
Can't wait to learn more. Thank you so much, Piet.
Thank you, thank you.
That was so vague. Like, it was like...
So before we watch the gameplay trailer
here we go.
of
Okay,
Dying
cool.
Light 2 for the first time, we need to talk about something
All right.
which is basically at the center of the Dying Light universe, which is
The community. Over the past few years, Dying Light has amassed over 23 million players and a
That's a lot.
95% positive review rating on Steam.
which in Steam
Yeah,
Talk
that's-
is overwhelmingly positive. So bravo.
Yeah, we'd like
I
to
have
take
the
a few
game on
seconds
the
and thank you
PS4.
guys.
Thank you all for being on this journey with us. Thank you for sharing your love with others
Maybe I'll
of
play it.
Dying Light. And thank you for these great moments spent together.
It's been quite some time since I played the game.
Dying Light 1 has some amazingly creative fans, which is fantastic, pardon the pun, because we're going to be starting a brand new contest which will combine your love of Dying Light
I like when
with
devs
that
do
same
this.
creativity.
This is so
With the release
nice.
date of Dying Light 2 drawing ever closer, we'd like to extend our hand and invite you to make the community a little bit bigger. If you find yourself skilled in the ways of visual arts, writing,
This is how you
costumes,
interact
and
with your
cosplay,
community,
please
you know?
join the Dying Light universe.
Unlike
So check
Nintendo,
out
where like if you do fan art for their games, they
dyinglightgame.com/contest,
fucking
and if you win,
hit you
there's
with a
fantastic
demonetization or a
monetary prize
ban
on the
or a
line.
fucking
But also,
lawsuit.
there's some other great rewards
You
due to
know?
people with a chance with winning as well.
Like,
devs
Platinum
should be
Edition of
embracing
Dying Light.
their fans and like their art and stuff like that.
Look
Like
at this. This is
like
the
DVD
finest
is
edition
hiring
of Dying
artists.
Light
Like, that's
ever
so
made. This
fucking
is the
cool.
Platinum edition of Dying Light. This has every bit of content ever released for Dying Light in one place. It's massive. I mean, look at it.
For those of you who haven't experienced Dying Light yet, we are introducing Dying Light 1 Platinum Edition. It's the biggest and most complete edition to
Didn't they
have
do
ever
this already?
existed.
And we're offering it to you now at an historically low price. All the content, lowest price.
It's literally no
What's
better
the
time
price?
to buy than now, and you can get it on Steam, Xbox, and PlayStation.
Get your Platinum edition of Dying Light now. This is the best offer, like, ever. I guess we don't have time to go over everything that's in the Platinum edition, but it is everything. This is how it looks.
they dropped a lot of content for this game. Like in the time that Dying Light 1 came out and now, you know, we knew Dying Light 2 was a thing, but they said, yeah, like they added like zombies and skeletons and like new maps and like crazy shit. Like I was a little surprised by how how continuously they kept up with the updating in this game. Look at that, it's like Vikings and shit. I have the one, so I bought Dying Light on Xbox, 1 when I had one, way back when. And then I bought it again on PlayStation 4
Okay,
on
so
sale,
I'm
like a
excited
Halloween
because
sale.
you guys are in just a second gonna see the official gameplay trailer for Dying Light 2. And then after that, we're gonna interview some of the devs that made it possible.
So, without further ado, here it is.
Hey everyone.
There we
We've been
go.
quiet for some time, since, like the rest of the world, we had some unforeseen hurdles to clear. But the wait is over.
Yeah, man.
Let's dive
Pandemic
into the
pushed back a
open
lot
world
of
Dying
developer shit.
Light 2. The last slice of Dying Light 2 showcased the mission from the main storyline.
You get after those fuckers.
You saw how your decisions influenced the narrative and
Look at
notably
that.
changed the environment.
That was, yeah.
This time, we want to give you a broader look at the game and
Yes!
a sneak peek at some of the things we'll be talking about in upcoming months.
This game has to be next gen. The story.
In Dying Light 2, you become Aiden Caldwell, an outsider trying to unravel a tangled mystery from his past. Its trail leads him to
That
the city,
amnesia story.
probably the last bastion of mankind in the world.
Shit!
At first, you feel like this intense,
Yeah, the
brutal place
combat
will tear
was so
you
smooth
apart.
in the first
Then
one,
you
so
meet
I'm
the Night
curious.
Riders, veteran survivors who help people in better days.
By the way,
Ooh.
I'm Hagon. You were a night runner. You used to help people, remember? Night runners are gone. Finished. A myth.
And although
He tryna
it's not
die.
entirely clear you can
He
trust
trying to
them,
die.
you need allies in the dark.
Oh, those are the night ones. Those shits are fucking scary, dude.
And these are the modern Dark Ages. It's been 15 years since the apocalypse and the world has changed. The old civilization has fallen.
They said
but a
20.
new one
He
has
just
been
said
built
15.
on its ashes. People fight desperately for scarce resources. Rules are broken, and weakness is punished.
This is always the crazy part.
Three
Oh my
factions
god.
struggle for position in the city. Survivors pride themselves on being able to adapt to any circumstances and cobble together
That cabbage
safe
and
zones
lettuce?
almost everywhere.
That lettuce.
Peacekeepers, loyal soldiers who want to impose their version of law and order and trample all in their path.
Look at this shit. The cops.
Ex-prisoners serving their ruthless colonel.
The
seeking
fucking
to become
cats.
Sole rulers of the city.
Where is Wolves?
So we got factions and shit going on.
Use these factions to reach your goal. Help or harm them to reshape the city to your liking.
Oh. So you can decide if you want to help them out.
Each faction contains complex characters.
Nosy Parker, ain't ya? Got some kind of bad habit of yours?
So, will you follow cold calculation or your heart?
The bazaar needs good people. Help
Nah,
us
man.
find a home.
You gotta do it like Deacon does
Some in the
in
city
Days
offer
Gone.
no
He just helps
chance
everyone.
For an alliance.
I'm a
Bandits,
runner.
Outlaws and common thugs live
I just
only
take
to
jobs and
plunder
make money
kill,
for
plunging
myself.
The streets into chaos.
Parry system.
Yet, nightfall scares all of them equally.
Yeah, everybody turns the UV lights on at night.
Darkness changes the rules of the world. As the light fails, monsters crawl out of hiding to prey on
Look
the
at that.
poor souls caught outside the safety of UV rays.
Damn. That's a
Hordes
lot of fucking
infected
zombies.
pour into the streets like decaying lava. The deadly spawn of 15 years of mutation.
Yeah,
and
so like the first one, oh my god. Those are new these are new zombie types. Yeah, those are all new zombie
Your only
types.
escape? Exploit the city's
Yeah,
verticality
this was
and
like
feature
being at night and then running and trying to figure out what window,
even
what car to
though
jump
you were never safe from
on
swift
top
and
of.
deadly virals.
Yeah, those were the super infected ones. Yeah, and you get to turn on your UV light and like stun them. Oh, this looks sick.
Yet night brings opportunity as well. Nests rife with infected during the day now lie empty. To explore
Look at this. This is actually pretty cool.
But those brave enough to face the terrors of the night can loot a jackpot.
So in the first one at night, you used to get double XP for everything, if you played at night. So if you were brave enough to go out at night, in the first one, you would get mad XP. It was so dope.
You have all the tools you need to survive.
You just grind out at night. Ooh, all running.
Your extraordinary parkour skills allow you to navigate even the most treacherous terrain.
This was always the best part of the game, was the parkour. Alright, that's impossible. There's no way a human can do that.
On the roofs, you can count on your parkour acrobatics to save your life.
He fucking, oh my god!
Often, you have to face your enemies.
Fucking drop
and
kick.
You have to be smart, resourceful, and
Them silent takedowns. Yep.
We've worked hard on the
Oh, he
essence
shanked
of
him
our
up.
combat, making sure swinging a big, meaty weapon is fun, satisfying, and well executed.
Look at that.
Even
Oh.
the most brutal
Oh.
fights can be tactical as well.
I don't remember you could cut off arms in the first one. I don't remember. Oh my god, his leg! Oh my god, that draw! Yo, he flew!
Focused mostly on mobility.
This game is already looking amazing. Shit, his bootleg is fucking. Look, oh my god!
Or a crafty approach with the tools you need
Bro.
to get the job done. Every ability you learn.
Yo,
can be a
fighting
game
humans
changer
is like
and
the best
possibly
part.
a new favorite move. Things move fast and quick in Dying Light 2. Each moment matters. Each move could mean
You know his legs are
triumph
broke.
or defeat.
I don't know why he lying. Oh, she played
Choose
Assassin's
your
Creed.
actions and friends carefully. Everything you do in the city can reshape the gameplay environment, change the course of the narrative, and decide the fate of the city's residents.
Oh my god!
But most importantly,
That man's
decide
face.
your own fate as well.
You're about to turn.
Make sure to stay human.
An extensive post-apocalyptic world. And I
That looked
like
really
the
good, I'm not
divisiveness,
even gonna lie.
The life on the roof and then death on the streets.
Yeah, like the intensity of the day and the night cycle together.
It's almost like Dying Light 2 is two different games put together into one.
Yeah, like despite that, despite all the brutality going on the ground floor.
It kinda is, right?
The rooftops and the plants and
It's
stuff.
cozy.
Yeah, kind of.
It's
kind of wanna
Mirror's
be
Edge
there.
with,
But it does
with
feel
Dead
like
Island.
every decision is vital. Like your choices actually do have.
I
some
like decision
consequences.
games.
Choices
I
and
miss
consequences
Infamous.
are incredibly vital to
Fucking
Dying
love
Light 2's
Infamous.
gameplay. And we're
We
going to
need another
introduce some
Infamous.
devs and
Sucker
talk about
Punch?
some other very vital gameplay mechanics.
Sucker Punch, yo. We need Infamous
Our
back,
next
bro.
guest is Adrian Pizza-Shizevsky.
Hi.
Welcome, and that gameplay looked awesome. I know we can't wait to get our hands on it, but congrats.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like you guys have a
Bro,
very unique
please tell
world
me the
and a
drop
very
kick
unique
is
game.
default.
Where do y'all get your inspiration from?
I don't want to have to
That was in
upgrade
research.
to get a drop
We
kick.
did a deep dive into the history of our world, and we found repetitive patterns. We found that people use the same behaviors in the past after the fall of civilization or after the fall of the nation that's supposed
Yeah,
to
historians
be a
and
backbone
shit.
of our world.
Right,
So
in this
our
game.
approach was super simple. We just copycat those behaviors and attitudes and show you how our world would look like after the fall. However, it's kind of obvious that the main reason that civilization fall is virus pandemic or eventually the economical collapse.
I'm tired of the word
that's
virus, man.
basically obvious thing. But it's even
So sick of that
darker
word.
if you connect those things with the research we did at the beginning of the production. So people will question everything.
People, short.
They're gonna blame everything and everyone that's supposed to guide us in our lives every day. So they're gonna blame governments, they're gonna blame law, they're gonna blame science, or even religion. Some people might ask themselves that where was God
It's the end of
when it
times.
happened to us, basically. you
We're
know?
gonna die.
So I feel that all of those things together creates the sensation that it's a giant step backward for our civilization.
So Dying Light 2 has a subtitle, Stay Human. What does that mean?
Well, it's super hard to remember.
One thing that was
those
disappointing
values
about the
that
first
makes
game
us
was
human,
that
so, like compassion or support.
you got
the
infected in the
entire
beginning and they
fold of
never
those
played
dark
off
times we
that.
have is a big
Like
test
ever.
for
Not like
for
Dead Rising
everyone.
where you had to
And
take
I think it's even harder
Zombrex.
test because
You had to give your daughter
stay
Zombrex.
human, people
There was nothing
would
like that.
sacrifice what's the most important for them or sometimes risk their lives.
Wow, so that's like really intense. And there's like the obvious like double meaning to it, which is what I was thinking. Stay human, don't become a zombie.
Yeah, but one disclaimer, those are not zombies, you know, those are infected people that turn to be a monster. They're just crossing a line, you know, and they're turning to be a
They're not zombies.
monster, you know. Because in Dying Light, we all infected.
Remember that.
Yeah, we all wearing this biomarker, you know, Aiden, you're wearing this, I'm wearing this. That's a watch, actually, but you know that, you know, so that's the thing. So the challenge is to not cross this line at all costs. So that's the biggest challenge of staying human in this meaning.
I see, yeah, not zombies.
Not zombies.
Not zombies.
At all.
People who've crossed the line.
Fascinating. Thank you so much, Adrian. We're definitely going to be here.
She looked so confused.
Thank you so much.
She looked so. Yeah, they're not zombies. Okay.
We have with us Katarzyna Tarnacka, the environmental art director.
Hi.
And we have
Yeah,
game
like show us
designer
like the
Michal Buzek.
world. Like how big is the world gonna be?
Hello.
So, choices and consequences. The player has to make a choice, and they have
Dying Light
to
1
experience
felt
or endure
big.
the consequences.
It really
What
wasn't.
does that mean?
When you opened up the
Basically,
city, it
whole
felt big.
system of choice and consequences is really, really complex. I would say the best way to describe it is that player is making the decisions.
'Cause I think
based
there
on
was, like,
three
the
layers. First one
slums.
are the choices that you do during the main
There
story
was like,
missions.
which was like kind of like the
Those-
hood.
those big
And
changes
there
are actually
was
can change the whole
the big
game
city. I think it was
or
another area,
even
like
how
kind of
the
like a
story
swamp
ends.
area.
The second layer are choices that you do while the quests, and those choices can actually influence the mission itself. And the last one, the last layer, is so-called city alignment system, and I, as an open-world game designer, would like to focus on.
Please do, go on.
All right, so water and electricity are basically a key to survive in every world. By restoring it, player
they
can
built the
not
windmills.
only unlock the water or electricity in the area, but he can also, based on his decision, assign it to one of the factions, which will influence
they
how the
put
district
fractions.
looks like or
They fucked
who's
up.
going to live inside of it. But it also, what is pretty more important for a player, unlock new tools for him, like unique tools for each factions, like car traps, zip lines, or a trampoline. That player can use in exploration. To
It's
deal
a
with
trampoline,
bandits
that's why.
or,
Okay, that makes sense.
Infected, or simply to move faster through the city. So basically, based on your choices, you shape the game environment, which gives you
Multiple
a different
playthroughs,
experience
basically.
every time you
That's
start
what they're
a new
telling
game.
me.
And what is worth mentioning here that Dying Light 2 is playable up to 4 co-op players. So you can host the game or join other players and see how their choices came up differently to your own.
Interesting.
There's one thing I'm really curious about, though. Night versus day. How does the gameplay differ from the night and the day?
Well, the short answer is that day is for humans and night is for the monsters. But to describe it a little bit better, I would say that during the day, humans, factions, bandits, or survivors scavenging the city and searching for some scraps or someone who might have them. And this is the best time for a player to explore the city, meet its citizens, learn the stories, day-to-day agenda, or
So there'll probably
even
be,
simply
like,
help
people
them
you
in
meet
quest
in
or
the city
open-world
itself.
activities to survive those
They give you
dark
side
ages.
missions and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and that sounds quite pleasant, but I'm guessing night changes everything.
Exactly, exactly. During the night, all the infected get out of the buildings. And compared to the Dying Light 1, the night is going to be even more intense this time. Intense in terms of the amount of enemies, the new types, and new, more aggressive behaviors.
Yeah, the zombies
And what
didn't
is
feel like there was
important, this time,
more.
night can mean
It
also
just felt like the night
opportunity.
ones were out, like
Opportunity for
the really
players
powerful
who are
ones.
courage and skilled enough to use the fact that all the infected are
This is
outside
interesting. I like this.
and buildings are accessible.
If at
to
night,
explore
now
them
it gives you an
and search for
incentive to
the
play
most
it at
valuable
night.
loot in the game.
Because
Katarzyna,
even
you're
though it was like double
responsible
XP to
for the
play at night,
post-apocalyptic look of the city. Can you tell us a little bit how about this?
yeah, it was double XP, but
came
there
to
wasn't
look
that
way?
much of an
Yes,
incentive
because
to
the
play at night.
important
Now you can
thing
go
to
online and
realize
get better
is
loot.
In 2025, a decision was made to use a chemical attack to stop the spread of the Haran virus. And the result is a tight ring of chemically active areas around the city. Some of the chemicals have gotten into the groundwater and spread under the surface, killing every living plant and every living thing in its reach. What it means for the city is that the street
Lore.
levels are virtually dead. The soil is unable to sustain any life, any plant, and the street level is a domain of the monsters, just decaying in every aspect.
Wow. So it sounds like there's just no healthy organic life down there at all.
Not really.
It's interesting,
The survival
giving,
on the street level
designing
is
things
pretty
to
tough.
factions.
So the common people are just visitors there, but the life prevailed. It moved up to the rooftops. And this is where the plants are flourishing and blooming in the post-apocalyptic landscape. And this is where people build and develop the new world of Dying Light 2, electricity producing windmills and safe zones for the player. And in a way, in a metaphorical sense, the rooftops are
I was
the
about to
new
say, so they're
default
building on the roofs.
ground floor, the level
Yeah.
0. And trip to the streets is, in a way, a trip underground, a -1 of sorts, just a corpse of a lost civilization.
That's interesting.
Yeah, to say the least, I can't imagine being a citizen living in that city, let alone being a player, and how challenging.
Which gives
that's
you
gonna
more
be.
incentive
and
to
hold
do
that
the
thought.
parkour
Thank you
and
very
the
much for
running.
joining us today.
You never
But
want to
it's
be
now
on the
time
lower
to
grounds.
introduce our next guests.
You want to run rooftop to rooftop. Get down, grab what you need to grab,
This is now
do what you need to do,
Bartosz
jump back up to
Peter. And
rooftops.
guys, I have one question
more
about the
parkour.
open world in Dying Light 2. How big is it?
It's pretty big.
We know that. Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yes, of course. The map in Dying Light 2 is divided into 2 huge regions and several zones.
Okay.
There are plenty leftovers from the lost civilization for you to scavenge. But
That
we
looks
didn't
massive.
want our players to perceive the map only horizontally, so we see the map as a multi-level 3D world that supports your traversal and helps you solve parkour puzzles.
Yes, in-house we call it multi-layer open world exploration. And you know, the movement system from Dying Light 1, we remove every restriction from the player. You can move everywhere you want, how you want to do it. And when I think about it, I think that was a big challenge for us to create the geometry that support all of that. And we did it, and I think we did it well. Doing the same thing in Dying Light 2 wasn't our goal. We want to make one or more step forward to surprise the player expectation. That's why we doubled the number of parkour moves.
Double.
Oh my
and
God.
it's not like there was a shortage in Dying Light 1, so what?
Yes, the iconic
There
Dying
was
Light
the
1
grapple
parkour
hook and
is
stuff.
exceptional there.
Yeah.
We improved it. We doubled the number of parkour moves. The players will see over 3,000 different parkour animations. From the basic move, to
Oh
the
my God,
tricks,
it's amazing.
to the small little tasty details there that you can see it.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to stop you there, but don't hate me because in the next episode, we're gonna be
The level
talking
up
more
tree
about parkour
was
and how the
always
team have managed to
really,
make an authentic urban running
it was done really
experience
well in
Dying
the
Light
first
2.
one.
Yeah, thank you guys so
So I
much for the
hope
information.
it was very
Bartosz,
easy
Peter,
to
it's been a
understand and,
Thank you.
and easy
Thank you
to,
very
to navigate.
Okay, so the last and arguably the most important question I'm sure you have is when is
Release
the
date.
release date?
Yeah.
That's a very, 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 very important question.
And luckily, we have the answer. And that answer is the 7th of December.
Yeah,
Waiting
they
here to
leaked
say
this
that
this
out
morning.
And now that we
But wow,
know
December
the release date
7th.
of the game, it's time for you to go pre-order it. Go to dyinglight.com/pre-order. Select
Daylight.
the platform, and then hit pre-order.
Yeah, whoever
There you
made
go.
these subtitles, man.
Congratulations. You just pre-ordered one of the most anticipated games of this year. Go you.
I'm not gonna pre-order yet. I will be playing it.
Oh, wow.
This is actually pretty sick.
Well, I've got good news
Collector's
for you
edition.
then, because this official figurine is part of the collector's edition of Dying Light 2.
It is a
And you can
PS5
get one for
game.
yourself if you want. We'll leave like a proper unboxing of the whole set to the professionals, but we do have it all in front of us right now, so it'd be rude not to take a look. You
Price?
get, in the collector's edition, a concept art book full of stunning artwork from the game. You get this steel book, which will have your game inside it, of course, and you get this interesting little sort of UV flashlight. So, yeah.
Cool. It looks like there's all sorts of vanity elements in here, too, like some legendary skin packs, as well as all sorts of digital elements. For more information on these digital elements, please visit the pre-order
I don't think I'll be
website.
getting
I
into
want
a
this.
collector's.
And I want Dying Light.
But
Kind of thought you'd say that. Well, if you're
will
feeling
be
the
getting
same
the game.
way, then I've got good news because you can pre-order the collector's edition. However, it is very, very limited, so you'll have to be very quick.
Rest assured, there will be plenty of the standard edition for your standard gamer, but if you're into special editions, there is a deluxe edition of Dying Light 2 with a steel book, legendary pack, and a digital soundtrack, and much, much more.
So to summarize, that's 3 different editions that you can buy depending on what you're after.
No prices. I'm sure we'll see it. I mean, I'll go on the website and
to get
check.
immersed in the world of Dying Light 2, then why don't you go check out the Techland Gamers and Goodies website for more info.
Yeah, this is a program for all gamers, whether or not you want updates on Dying Light 2 with the news, or you want Dying Light 2 items in Dying Light 1. Everyone's going to find something they like there.
Yep,
Dying Light 2 items in Dying Light 1?
Offering as well. Check back later for even more details, more information, and we'll be going through it in future episodes as well.
All right.
That's it. Don't forget to pre-order the game and take part in our contests. The details
All right,
on the game's
guys.
website.
And here's a sneak peek at the topic of the next episode. Thank you for watching, and stay safe out there. Bye.
See ya.
That was pretty good. Release date was the #1 thing, right? Like, that was kind of what this game needed. Reload weapon skin, reload outfit, reload paraglider skin. Alright guys, that was it for today. That was the Dying Light 2 episode 1. I don't know if I'll be reacting to episode 2. I thought this was going to be like a one stream thing, but we'll see how the hype feels. It is on PS5. I will be getting it on PS5. Maybe I'll stream it. Yeah, in December, if things pan out well. I will be getting it though. December is a very long time from now. It'll come fast, but it's still a very long time from now. So yes, I will be getting Dying Light 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, it's just me here. Yeah. Peace out. Peace out. We'll see you guys on the next video. There's also a Sonic reaction. There's gonna be a Horizon Forbidden West reaction coming up. So tune into that. Peace out, yo.